Jonathan Offei-Ansah, he's an Africa analyst and he joins me from London. I remember reporting on this story 2 years ago, Jonathan, and the description of the situation then was that this was almost apocalyptic in terms of the human suffering and the famine. And it's reached now levels which are terrifying, the reports of atrocities. Why are we seeing the RSF attacking what I would think would be their own people in Sudan?
Well, the RSF, we shouldn't forget that it's a metamorphosis of the dreaded Janjaweed, group, that carried out massive atrocities in West Darfur so many years ago, about a decade or so ago, right? And it has morphed into the Rapid Support Forces. So what is happening now is no surprise. They have the pedigree, the form for such, atrocities in Western Darfur.
Is there no way for the people there to escape? Are they effectively locked in there now by the RSF?
Well, already we have a massive refugee problem going across to neighboring countries like Chad as well and so forth. But we should know that not all of them will be able to escape. And according to the UN Migration Agency, 26,000 new displacements have occurred since just last Sunday, right? And it is part of the broader exodus of over 1 million people since the war began. And around 260,000 civilians still remain trapped in our Fasher, with half of them children and many reportedly surviving on animal fodder. So it's some will escape, but it is very difficult for all of the civilian population to leave the area.
What's the source of what seems like hatred from the RSF towards the people in that region? Is this religious? Is it ethnic? And do you think that they will carry out cleansing?
Well, it is mainly ethnic. I mean, judging from what happened so many decades ago with the Janjaweed, we believe that it is some sort of an ethnic cleansing by the RSF.
The military withdrew. They said that it was partially for the benefit of the people there. Do you think they did the right thing, or have they left them behind to be massacred?
Well, you see, with the military, first they explicitly acknowledge, defeat from the army chief, General Bohan. Okay, but they say that what they say that just they make it sound like a strategic retreat, reposition, not defeat. And they vowed actually to take revenge, and purify the land, and so therefore it indicates a shift towards a prolonged and a revengeful phase of the war, and it's going to likely deepen the cycles of the violence.
Okay, I just want to bring up a map of Sudan now so that our viewers can take a look at what the situation is like now. And to me, it looks like effectively that the country's been split in two now with the taking of Fasher. I mean, are we going to see a split in the country? Is there any way that this situation is likely to change?
It cannot be discounted because, look, Western Darfur is about the size of Spain. So it's a very, very vast area. And if the RSF are able to hold, that region, yes, it could signal a split. And don't forget that the RSF set up a para government in July, and they intend to make Al-Fasher, its base. So I wouldn't be surprised that if the capture or if the army are not able to regain control of Al-Fasher, right, it could signal a permanent split or very long, prolonged split, of the country.
More than 150,000 already killed. There's potentially almost as many children that may be ethnically cleansed, potentially by the RSF. And I don't see any intervention from the outside world. Why?
The outside world, I have tried. I remember Saudi Arabia tried, the AU tried, and I think Egypt also got involved. The US actually also got, under the Biden administration, also got involved, but none of them was able to make any headway just because of the intransigence of General Bohan and General Hemeti, Dagalo Hemeti. So it was going to require a massive international diplomatic effort to try and get these two sides back to the negotiating table and try to find a lasting solution, to this war.
Jonathan, thank you for joining me. Jonathan Offei-Ansah, my guest.